I don't think people feel seen anymore. Not really. We post proof instead of presence. We smile through filters and rehearse reactions. And somewhere between content and connection, something human went missing. I used to think it was just burnout. That one day we'd all get tired of pretending and come back to ourselves. For the first time, I realized it was deeper. It wasn't from like a headline, it was from a video. A woman talking. Warm voice, eyes alive, rhythm perfect, like too perfect. And when I found out that she didn't exist, it didn't like scare me, but something inside me broke. Because she looked more alive than half the real people I'd seen that week. And that's when it hit me. It's not just that the world's getting fake, it's that fakeness feels more comfortable now. There was a time when the screen was a window and you looked through it and saw the world. Now it's a mirror that answers back with what it thinks you want to see. Every swipe is an algorithm whispering, "Is this you?" Every suggestion, a reflection of your last weakness, your last want. And the wild part is, it's usually right. The machine doesn't know who we are, but it knows what keeps us scrolling. We used to say the camera doesn't lie. Now the camera freelances. It can copy your face, your rhythm, your smallest imperfection, then audition to replace you. And that's not sci-fi anymore. That's Tuesday. And when reality starts taking side gigs, you begin to wonder what truth even means. Every post online starts with an unspoken handshake that this really happened. Deepfakes broke that handshake. Now everything's under review. You see a clip and instead of reacting, you analyze the lighting, the edges, the tone. We don't experience moments anymore. We audit them. And that fatigue is dangerous. Because when you stop trusting what you see, you stop feeling what you should. We're not numb because we don't care. We're numb because we don't know what's real enough to care about. When the screen lost its soul. Governments are passing laws now. The right to your own voice, likeness protection, synthetic identity bans, all noble, all necessary, but laws move like dial-up chasing fiber optics. Technology doesn't wait for courtrooms. This new kind of theft isn't about money, it's about reflection. You don't just lose a photo, you lose that part of yourself that could once prove it was you. Your face becomes public property. Familiarity becomes something strangers can download. That's the quiet violation of our time. We thought we were trading privacy for convenience. Turns out we were trading identity for entertainment. I keep thinking about how screens used to have soul. When you watched something, it had weight. The grain, the imperfections, the presence of whoever was on the other side. Now everything's crisp, cold, perfectly exposed, and hollow. Even nostalgia feels rehearsed. We built the most advanced communication system in human history, and somehow we ran out of feeling. The more we dignitize emotion, the less we trust it. The more connected we get, the lonelier the connection feels. Deepfakes are just the final stage of something older, a world so desperate for attention it manufactures people to give it. Copies can't love you back. They can predict you. They can imitate the shape of warmth, but never the temperature. That's the difference between performance and presence. Prediction is a shortcut that forgets the destination. One morning I was scrolling, real stories, fake faces, AI voices all blurring together. And for the first time in months, I wanted quiet. So I stepped outside. The air had weight again. Cars hummed, a couple argued, someone laughed down the block. Nothing special, but everything alive. Reality doesn't compete for your attention, it just exists. And when you finally look up, it's been waiting the whole time. The weight of reality. Psychologists call it cognitive grounding. When the digital starts lying too well, your brain reaches for what it can trust. Weather, breath, eye contact, touch. The instinct might be the last human filter worth trusting. Because no matter how advanced the screen gets, your body still knows when the soul is missing. And maybe that's the hidden gift. Technology can replicate style, but not substance. It can mimic expression, but not intention. We keep teaching machines how to act human, and they keep reminding us what humanity actually is. But the imitation problem didn't start with AI. It started when we turned personality into product. When relatable became a strategy. When culture started dressing up as a costume. We've been performing authenticity for years, and the internet learned it from us. Black identity's been treated like an open source download forever. Our slang, our tone, our rhythm, borrowed like wardrobe. Now, with generative tech, even the rhythm isn't safe. A few clicks and anyone can perform the performance. The gestures, the voice, the aura, but not the history. Not the pain and the poetry that shaped it. That's erasure in 4K. And that's why being yourself now is an act of resistance. When everything can be borrowed, authenticity becomes ownership. There was a time when fame meant presence. If you saw someone on screen, they were there. They had to show up to be seen. Now, the image can appear without the person. Celebrity used to mean aura. Now it means archive. We used to chase perfection. Now perfection can't be printed. So what's left to chase? Truth. And truth doesn't trend, it lingers. We've hit the burnout phase of performance culture. After years of exaggeration, humility feels rebellious again. People are cutting filters off, recording in one take, letting silence breathe. It's recovery more than it is nostalgia. After a decade of pretending, imperfection feels like fresh air. The meaning of smooth. Maybe that's what the smooth era really means. Not fashion or aesthetic, but energy. Calm confidence, composure that doesn't need validation. In a culture addicted to attention, quiet becomes charisma. You can feel it in the way people move, tired of chaos, craving balance. The loud era made us visible. The smooth era might make us whole. I still think about this diner from years ago. No Wi-Fi, terrible coffee, even worse lighting, but there was real laughter in there. A kid pressed his face against the window watching cars pass. Nobody recorded it. Nobody had to. It happened once, and that was enough. It's the same magic of seeing a TV show and running to your friends to run and talk about it the next day. And if you missed the part, you just missed it. There was no going back. That's what this imitation crisis makes me miss most. The feeling of enough. Because if everything has to be replayed to be believed, it was never really lived. We thought AI would stretch imagination. Turns out it's stretching accountability. If we play this right, it's forcing us to ask, what's real? What's owned? What's sacred? We used to treat innovation as progress by default, but reflection might be the next innovation. Every time we upgrade the system, it quietly upgrades the mirror we look into. The human reboot. People are starting to feel again. Not perform, feel. They're noticing when something looks right but feels wrong. That instinct is pulling us back to center. You can't automate awareness. You can only live it. Maybe this doesn't end in panic. Maybe it ends in perspective. Deepfakes can copy light, but they can't copy warmth. They can simulate joy, but not the reason you felt it. Everything artificial eventually reminds us what the actual was about. The internet moves in cycles: connection, confusion, correction. Every time it drifts too far from the human, something natural pulls it back. Maybe deepfakes are that pull. Maybe imitation is how truth reminds us it's real. Because when everything fake finally collapses, the real gets its stage back. Faith, family, presence, love, trust. The quiet things that don't buffer. When I picture the future, I don't see sharper images or smarter code. I see slower moments. Dinner tables without phones, conversations without timestamps, stories that live in memory, not storage. Maybe this isn't the end of reality. Maybe it's the reset. Because when the noise finally fades, what's left is rhythm. And rhythm is human.
Sweet little ditty, I don't mean to hurt you, baby. Oh, no, no.